it's been said time and again, right? There are multiple quotes. Rome wasn't built in a day. Um, Everybody sees I'm an overnight success, but that overnight success took 20 years to build.
Mm.
So the reality is that, listen, are you chasing success or are you chasing a passion and a dream and excellence?
Mm.
Success is an output. you
Mm.
gotta you gotta go through the process to reach the output, and frankly, God knows it's your destiny. Some people get it. I started Yo China at 25, became a super hit. By
Mm.
27 I raised a lot of private equity. By 29 I went bankrupt.
Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of the MidVibe. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a review because reviews really help us reach a larger audience. And if you're an already existing subscriber, thank you so much. I really value you. Today I have with me Ashish Kapur, who's the owner of Kimono Club, Antares Goa, Wine and Company, Whiskey Samba, to name just a few of his multiple ventures. We talk about his journey as a restaurateur and how he sort of overcomes and perseveres through all of his setbacks, considering this industry definitely does not define certainty. So, without further ado, let's dive right into this conversation and get this thing started. I'm just curious to know before we start, did you always want to be a restaurateur or was it something that happened by accident?
I think this is about serendipity because I'm an engineer by degree, electronics
Mm.
and telecom, worked in finance and Six Sigma, and now I'm finally a restaurateur. So is it by design? No, absolutely not. It was just following my passion along the way and connecting the dots, and
Mm.
this is how it happened.
Tell me something more on those dots though.
So I finished my schooling out of Rome and did my engineering out of Montreal. So all my life I've traveled a lot,
Mhm.
and I always wanted to come back to India, and I did come back with GE Capital for a bit. I was working with them in North America. They sent me for a small project to India, and I wanted to come back to India. And the choice was either to work in a corporate or to try and do something on my own. And no one in the family has ever been an entrepreneur. So that was a big leap of faith. And I just read Paulo Coelho's Alchemist. And I was in Montreal. It was super cold. I don't know why they give Indians visas and not tell them about the winter. But I'd had 5 lovely years working there, studying there. And then all of a sudden, I said, let's build a Panda Express, which is the US version
Mhm.
of the largest Chinese fast food chain. I said, India doesn't have any of that. There's either fuddy-duddy Chinese or there is vans, and there's no cool Chinese place, and that's how Yo China started. And that was my first brand in 2003. And it did really well. I raised capital, went bankrupt along the way, then built it back up, built some other restaurants. So yeah, so it's been quite the roller coaster ride, but a great ride.
I'm sure it's been a great ride. Seeing Whiskey Samba, Wine Company, Antres. I'm sure it's been a great one. But now that you've sort of talked about the roller coaster ride, it's not an easy industry to be in, right? And especially to survive. Like entering is one difficult part, and then surviving is the next big difficult.
Yeah.
So, what is that one thing, or what are those things that help you stay positive, that help you persevere through every time?
I think, Ashna, to be an entrepreneur, forget about the field, right? To be an entrepreneur in any country, and especially India, you need potloads of positivity,
Mm.
because people are going to suck the energy out of you.
Yeah.
Um, and Einstein rightly said, energy cannot be created or destroyed, it's got to be transferred.
Right.
So if you're not surrounding yourself with super positive energy,
Mm.
you're not going to last, because it is only a game of perseverance.
Yeah.
Because when you're raising capital initially, I must have gone to 100 people and 99 said no, and one said yes. When you're looking for the perfect spot, you'll have 100 landlords saying no. So I think everything in this business is about perseverance, and hence the only thing that gets you through it is that positivity. And the second thing is, you have to be genuine in what you do, right? So you can't
Mm.
be doing it for ego. You can't be doing it because you have friends and you want to party on a
Mm.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Restaurants have a soul. Restaurants are about, offering something completely different.
Mm.
And in my view, a great restaurant is a package of everything put together. Great food, great service, great ambience,
Yes.
great value, and that's why I call it a great 60-minute holiday,
Oh,
because that's what a restaurant visit should be, right? You should be pampered beyond your senses in every which way.
that's a great pitch. That's truly a great pitch.
Yeah.
How do
Keeps
you
it simple.
decide? Yeah, you were saying, sorry.
I'm saying you just got to keep it simple in life. If you just have some basic mantras, you just follow that.
Mhm. That's really cool. How do you decide, where and when to invest in terms of
Well, I think, see, each concept has its own vibe, right? So,
mm,
for example, Antares is by the beach in Goa, right? Now, if you're going to Goa, um, you've got to be by the sea, right? If you're not by the sea, you can be in Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, anywhere. Not Calcutta, but you can be in a city.
mm,
But if you are in Goa, you have to be by the beach. That's the vibe. And hence the location was everything centered around a beach vibe. And
mm,
when it starts with that, and then we wanted to do something different, which is why I brought in Sarah Todd, who's my partner and the chef at Antares, super talented from MasterChef Australia, very different food. So that's that vibe. Whiskey Samba was about making whiskey young.
mm,
Everyone's dad drinks whiskey. Everyone knows whiskey. So how do you make whiskey hip? And
mm,
Whiskey Samba was all about making whiskey hip.
mm,
Wine, the challenge was that nobody knew wine. So wine company, the challenge was, how do you romance wine? How do you break the intimidation barrier
mm,
and stop that snobbish appeal of wine? So you walk into the restaurant and you walk in, there's no wine menu, there's a wine shop, not a cellar, but a shop.
mm,
So each concept, has its own vibe. Yo China was just Chinese food at Chinese prices before Chinese quality was supposed to be poor,
yes.
which was basically great quality, budget prices, super fast service, and a trendy ambience. So I think the key is you have to define what you're building,
Mm,
and then obviously find the right location, the right size, the
mm,
right decor, the vibe, the look and feel matters a lot.
mm,
So it's in our business, in the restaurant business, it's never a question of or, it's a question of and. You have to get this and this and this and that right.
mm. Right. Like you said, the 60-minute vacation, it can't miss out a single factor.
No, no, no. You can't be losing your bags on the vacation, right? So
Mm.
you need everything
So right.
perfect, and that's what it is.
Yes. So I see that you and your wife work together on several projects, right? So is that true?
Well, we worked a lot together on Yo China,
Okay.
and she's definitely a big inspiration and a big help on all my work. But she has a very fascinating career in
Yeah.
sports. So she's been a part of the Kabaddi League, soccer league, some cricket. So she's got a very different career. But yeah, I mean, we brainstorm, we chat about it. So absolutely,
But when you and your wife started the Youth China project, uh,
yeah,
how true or false is it that when people say that, partners shouldn't work together? What's your
yeah.
take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky I'm alive because it's totally true. I mean, yeah, my view is you guys are seeing each other at home 24/7, you at work. So it's always healthy if there is some passion that you follow individually. So that's my take. But yes, you need the positivity, you need the energy, you need just that unit working together to make each other's dreams or passions come true. But you don't necessarily have to jump in together.
Correct.
Chances are you might get strangled, or one of you might might.
Yeah.
might. So it's safer if you don't.
Hmm. Tell me, what keeps you certain during uncertain times? Like, what is that certain thing you do during uncertain
That's,
times, especially
you know,
now?
it is a kick-ass question. And the answer for that is I I thrive in uncertain times. I'm my best when I'm put down. So when the lockdown happened, for example, right? And I pretty much read early on that this is here to stay for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working with. I had a lot of connections and friends in Israel. Started working with the Israeli embassy in Israel to look at what are they doing as the benchmark for COVID related relief work, and how can we bring those best practices to India. Started re-looking at cost structures in India within the restaurant business. So the key in our business is that change is the only constant, and
Yes.
if you live by that, right? And the restaurant industry particularly so, because it's a myth that the growth is outlet by outlet. The success of an outlet is actually meal by meal, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
super difficult. um, each person can come in and their meal needs to be right. So that change, that being on your toes, is really what this business is about. So how I deal with uncertainty is I'm constantly expecting it, and if you expect it, it doesn't hit you in the face.
Yes, yes. So, like being mentally prepared, and
Yeah,
that's what you
yeah.
did.
And just
You
some
prepared.
nice
You
wine, drink whiskey, and some cocktails, not at your age, but
prepared.
otherwise, get a little bit of courage and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that popped up in my head
Want to
was
tell you before you judge me early morning, this is just tea.
I also have a cup of tea.
Yes.
Hmm. Right. So, a lot of people, they want to start out big. They're scared to start small, and that sort of prevents them from taking the risk, right? So, what would you like to say, people of our age who are
Listen,
averse to taking risk?
it's been said time and again, right? There are multiple quotes. Rome wasn't built in a day. Um, Everybody sees I'm an overnight success, but that overnight success took 20 years to build.
Mm,
So the reality is that, listen, are you chasing success, or are you chasing a passion and a dream and excellence?
mm,
Success is an output. you
mm,
gotta you gotta go through the process to reach the output, and frankly, God knows it's your destiny. Some
mm,
people get it. I started Yo China at 25, became a super hit. By
mm.
27, I raised a lot of private equity. By 29, I went bankrupt.
Yeah.
And then in my 30s, I restarted and built wine companies and whiskey sambas and other things. But the reality is that you've got to go through a process, a journey. You've got to fail, and the fun is in failing,
Mm.
picking yourself up, and restarting and kicking ass again. So don't, don't not enjoy the journey and just be focused on reaching a place.
Mm.
Just go back to the vacation, right? You might want to go to Goa, but the whole drive and the whole preparation and the packing is all part of the fun, right?
Right, right. Very true. And I also feel that when you're being consistent in your process, or when you're
Yeah.
just going forward, even if it's about crawling, even if you're not running, if you're just crawling towards that line where you want to go, your dreams will chase you instead of you chasing your dreams. I feel that's the
Yeah.
number one thing.
The universe does conspire, so you're absolutely right. It'll give you signals.
Right.
Um, and yeah, you're bang on. So, what are your dreams, Ashna?
To be honest, I don't have a 10-year plan or like a 5-year plan.
Need it. What's your 1 year plan, or what's
I
your 3 year
just want to, honestly, right now, I don't have any materialistic goals, so to say. I have my own personal goals. Like, I want to build my own networks. I want to build myself, like my growth in terms of being more confident, uh, you know, Yeah, just self growth, to be honest, if I have to put it in one
Confidence.
category.
So I won't worry about that. That goal is ticked off. I think you need to find stuff now. You got to move on.
Okay, moving on to my last question, which is my signature question to every single guest who comes here. So, what's your mid vibe like? Considering the name of my podcast is The Mid Vibe. So, at this point of your journey, what's your current vibe?
There's a lot of gratitude for where I've come to,
Hmm.
but there's miles to go before I sleep.
Yeah.
So there's a huge fire in the belly.
Yeah.
And there's this deep desire to see others around me succeed. Because I've seen and I've over the years as an entrepreneur, I have myself faced failure, I've seen others face failure, I've also seen others succeed.
Yeah.
And there is no greater feeling of happiness
Mm.
when you're just part of someone's journey apart from yours for success. So very often we're just so busy chasing our own dreams that it's very important to make sure that others succeed too along the way. So I think just helping people do that is itself um, the right vibe,
Yeah.
the right
And
mid.
that reflects a
Be
lot
the
about. Sorry?
It should be the whole vibe, the mid vibe, the whole vibe, the end vibe, everything.
Yeah, that's so true. And it reflects about you as a person that, you value compassion. And I feel anything and everything you will succeed in life if you show compassion to yourself and to others as much as you
And
show to yourself. Yeah.
and gratitude,
And gratitude.
we to be able to achieve my dream thus far. I might have new dreams, but to be able to achieve my dream thus far, or to have the perseverance to carry on when the will completely gives way, is enough gratitude, for that. And I just hope I can give a little bit back to people because I've got a lot of positive energy along the way from people that has made me do this.
And amazing innovative ideas to help us, sort of experience the culture and the entertainment industry in a way that India hasn't sort of seen, right?
Yeah,
So,
why
and
shouldn't we have world-class benchmarks? The DNA of any city is its restaurant scene. So you go to any city in the world, and you judge it by the kind of food and beverage options available and the kind of nightlife available. Oh, India is no different.
yeah.
Delhi is no different. Goa is no different. Why shouldn't we have world-class dining options which we with pride take people who've traveled all over the world to and say, listen, come, and this can be any part of the world, and oh my God, it should blow you away.
Right. So true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashish. Thank you for your time. I'm
Most
so grateful to you that you sort of took some time out of your hectic, chaotic schedule.
and good luck with what you're doing. I'm very proud of it.
Thank you
And
so much.
anything I can do, let me know.
I hope you gathered some key takeaways from this conversation. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a review, keep going, embrace your vibe. Until next time, thank you, take care.